artists bring personal touch to Gallipoli exhibition. Anzac Day, April 25th, is probably Australia's most important national occasion. It marks the anniversary of the first campaign that led to major casualties for Australian and New Zealand forces during World War I and commemorates all the conflicts that followed. This year marks the centenary of that first bloody battle on the shores of Gallipoli. In September 1915, as fighting raged in the trenches of Gallipoli on Turkey's northwest coast, an impromptu ceasefire saw a remarkable act of friendship between enemies. We threw some tinned beef and jam over to the Turks. They soon raked them into their trenches, and in return they threw tobacco and cigarette papers, wrote Australian soldier Idris Charles Pike in a letter to his sweetheart Violet. Words, as well as gifts, were exchanged. The Turks wrote a note in French thanking the Australians for the goods. They signed off, "Your soldier friends Turks." A century later, Pike's letters to the woman who would become his wife inspired a group of Australian and New Zealand artists to visit Gallipoli, making a pilgrimage that in recent years has become almost a rite of passage for many of their countrymen. Gallipoli, a major Allied failure in the First World War, looms large in Australia and New Zealand's collective memory. It is seen by many as a key event in the emergence of national identities for both countries. The result of two trips in 2013 and 2014, where the 16 artists painted on site, is a major exhibition opening this month in Sydney before it travels the country. Your Friend the Enemy marks 100 years since the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps Anzac landed at Gallipoli on April 25, 1915. It was a bit of a shock, recalls Idris Murphy, one of the artists and the grandson of Pike, of his time on the rocky peninsula that juts into the Aegean Sea. How beautiful it was, how sad it was. You are